Have you ever felt like your circumstances were a cage holding you back from your dreams? Let me tell you a story about a boy named Samir who taught an entire city the true meaning of success. Samir was born into a family where survival was the only goal. New things were a luxury they couldn't afford, and dreams, well, they were often the first things to be sacrificed. But even as a little boy, Samir had a simple, powerful dream. He would watch other children walking to school in their shiny shoes and whisper to himself, "One day I'll walk in shoes like that." But life had other plans. As years passed, the harsh reality of poverty hardened around him like stone. When his father could barely afford to feed them, Samir started working at a small tea stall after school. He wasn't just working, he was saving every single coin, holding on to a belief that his hard work would one day carry him farther than money ever could. Then came a day that almost broke him. One rainy morning, while rushing to deliver tea, he slipped in the slick mud. The fall tore his already worn-out shoes, leaving his feet soaked and his heart heavy with despair. He sat there on the roadside, defeated, thinking maybe it was time to give up. Maybe his dream of an education was just that, a dream. But as he watched the world rush past him, a voice inside him, quiet but firm, spoke up. "If I stop now, this is where I'll stay forever." That single thought was a spark in the darkness. He stood up, wiped the tears and mud from his face, and tied his tattered shoes back together with a piece of string. In that moment, he wasn't running away from his pain. He was running directly toward his purpose. His life became a relentless cycle. He studied under the faint glow of a street lamp at night and worked tirelessly during the day. He never allowed excuses to dictate his destiny. When people mocked his torn, patched-up shoes, he would just smile and say, "These shoes may be old, but they're still moving forward." Those words became his anthem, his personal mantra. They carried him through countless rejections, bone-deep exhaustion, and a struggle that seemed endless. He pushed on, step by step, until the day he finally graduated. It wasn't the end. It was a new beginning. He started his own small business, building it from the ground up on a foundation of honesty, hard work, and compassion. Years later, Samir was no longer the boy from the tea stall. He was a respected entrepreneur, a symbol of what's possible. He was invited back to his old school to give a speech. As he walked onto the stage, the audience noticed something peculiar. He was wearing a sharp suit, but on his feet were those same old shoes, patched, faded, and filled with memories. A student in the crowd couldn't help but ask, "Sir, with all your success, why do you still wear those old shoes?" Samir smiled, bent down, and lifted one for everyone to see. "Because these shoes," he said, his voice echoing through the silent hall, "remind me that success isn't about where you stand now. It's about how far you've walked." The entire hall erupted into applause, many with tears in their eyes. In that moment, everyone understood true wealth isn't measured by what you own, but by your perseverance. Samir's story spread like wildfire, inspiring thousands who felt trapped by their circumstances. It was a powerful reminder that even with the oldest shoes, you can still walk the longest roads. Because your destiny doesn't care how you start. It only cares that you keep walking, step after step, no matter how tough the journey becomes. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more inspiration. Remember to keep walking your path.